Have you ever stood at the crossroads? Not just a physical one, but one deep inside, where one path shimmered with possibility, exciting but uncertain, and the other felt solid, familiar, perhaps a bit worn, but safe. Inside that moment, inside that internal debate, the whisper of, what if I fail? Dueling with the urge for something more, lies a fundamental human tension. It's the tension between ambition and caution, between leaping into the unknown and holding on to what we know. Today, I want to explore this tension through a fascinating lens, a kind of symbolic language for the human experience called human design. Think of it not as a rigid box defining who you are, but a sacred map offering clues to your inner landscape, your unique energetic style, and your soul's journey. It's a language that helps us understand the subtle energies that shape our lives, our choices, and our connections. And within this map, there's a specific energy, a particular gate, as human design calls it, that speaks directly to the crossroads moment. It's known as Gate 32, the gate of continuity, the gate of preservation, the gate of duration. All right, this energy resides in what human design calls the splenic center, an ancient instinctual part of us, our body's wisdom center attuned to survival, intuition, and well-being of the right now. But Gate 32 adds a unique dimension. It's the spleen's instinct looking ahead. It carries an inherent awareness, a subtle vibration, often felt as a fear of failure. Not necessarily a neurotic anxiety, but a primal awareness that asks, will this effort, this relationship, this venture endure? Will it sustain us, or will it collapse? Over the next 10-20 minutes, we'll journey into the heart of Gate 32. We'll explore its depths, its shadows, its profound gifts. We'll see how it operates within us, how it shapes our communities, and how, when understood and embraced, it can become a powerful guide towards building a life and a world of lasting value. This isn't just about understanding a concept. It's about recognizing a potent force within the human spirit. A force that, I believe, carries an eternal invitation to connect with something deeper, wiser, and more enduring than our fleeting fears. All right, so what is the core of Gate 32? At its heart, it's the dynamic interplay between the fear of failure and an equally powerful drive to preserve what is truly valuable. Imagine it as an internal steward, constantly assessing what is worth keeping, what needs nurturing, what must be pruned, so that it can thrive. This energy, like all energies within us, exists on a spectrum. At its shadow frequency, Gate 32 is dominated by fear. It manifests as paralysis, the inability to act because the potential for failure looms too large. Dreams remain locked away. Opportunities pass by. It can become prolonged indecision, agonizing over choices, stuck between the comfort of the known and the terror of the unknown. Or it can swing to the other extreme, overcompensation. Driven by fear, one might become a relentless perfectionist, overworking, over-controlling, desperately trying to force success and outrun the phantom of failure. This shadow isolates us. We feel we must carry the burden alone, terrified of letting down our tribe, our family, our team, our community. We might cling to rigidity, to the past, resisting necessary change simply because change feels too risky. It's like the servant in the ancient parable who, out of fear, buried his talent in the earth, achieving nothing. That's the shadow of Gate 32, where the fear of failure ironically creates the very stagnation it seeks to avoid. All right, but as we bring awareness and courage to this fear, something beautiful emerges. The energy transforms into its gift, preservation. Here, the fear becomes wise discernment. The individual isn't paralyzed. They are prudently selective. They develop an almost uncanny ability to sense what has genuine, lasting value. They become masterful stewards, knowing what to cultivate, what to release. Think of a master gardener tending a perennial garden, carefully weeding, watering the strongest plants, ensuring the whole ecosystem thrives year after year. That's the gift of preservation. Trust replaces fear. Not blind trust, but a grounded faith in life's process. Failures are no longer catastrophes. They are feedback, lessons, compost for the future growth. As Richard Rudd, who explored these energies deeply, suggests, we learn to let life's events shatter our old views, allowing us to reframe our perspective. With this resilience, the Gate 32 individual becomes adaptable. They can make bold moves, but with careful planning and contingency. They become instinctive investors, not just of money, but of time, energy, love, knowing where their efforts will yield enduring fruit. This gift naturally leads to community leadership. People sense the stability, the reliability. They become the memory keepers, honoring ancestral wisdom, preserving core values while adapting the form. They build bridges between the past and the future. They think in terms of legacy. How will this bless those who come after? They are motivated by stewardship, recognizing they are caretakers of resources, relationships, and traditions for the benefit of the whole tribe. The frantic cycle of success and failure loses its grip. Life becomes a continuum. Okay. And what lies beyond the gift? Human design hints at a highest expression, what some call the CD. For Gate 32, it's veneration, deep, profound reverence. Imagine moving beyond merely preserving things to honoring the sacredness of continuity itself. The fear of failure utterly dissolves, replaced by awe at the interconnectedness of life, past, present, future. Personal success becomes irrelevant. Service to the whole becomes the focus. The tribal circle expands to embrace all humanity, all creation. One lives in a state of gratitude, seeing every experience, even the challenging ones, as a part of a divine unfolding pattern. There's a stillness, a deep trust in the eternal flow. This is the state of veneration, holding all of life as a sacred, recognizing the divine hand in the enduring beauty of existence. It's the quiet peace of knowing that nothing good is ever truly lost in the grand design. All right, now how does this energy function with the broader map of our being? Gate 32 lives in the awareness center, often called the spleen center. As I mentioned, the awareness center is our primal intuition, our immune intelligence, focused on the survival now. It's the source of our gut feelings, our instantaneous awareness of safety and danger. Gate 32 is in this spleen's long-term strategist. While the other awareness center gates might warn of immediate physical threat, Gate 32 scans the horizon. Is this path sustainable? Will this choice lead to stability or ruin for us down the road? It's the fear of failure. It's the awareness center's way of putting the brakes on reckless ambition. It whispers, slow down, think, remember what failed before. It's the body's built-in risk assessment, protecting not just the individual, but the collective. And that brings us to the neighborhood, the tribal circuitry. Human design organizes gates into circuits with shared themes. The tribal circuit is all about the community, family, support, resources, and all the bargains we make to sustain the group. Gate 32 resides in the ego and business part of this circuit, the energy stream concerned with material well-being, providing resources, managing the practical affairs of the tribe. Its role here is the quality control and strategic planning for the tribe's community or continuity. It's deeply concerned with ensuring the group thrives materially and structurally. It asks, does this decision support our collective well-being? Is the bargain fair and sustainable? It holds the memory of past deals, past ventures. Which ones succeeded? Which one bankrupted the tribe? It wants to preserve the hard-won successes and ensure the group remains self-reliant, able to care for all of its members. This energy isn't selfish. It's profoundly orientated towards mutual support and shared prosperity. All right, let's do a story. Imagine an ancient tribe deciding whether to move to a new hunting grounds. The ambitious young hunters, perhaps embodying the energy of Gate 32's channel partner, Gate 54, ambition, are eager to find the potential bounty. But the Gate 32 elder speaks up, wait, have we scouted the path? Do we have enough stores to survive the journey if the hunt fails? Remember, the last time we moved unprepared. The elder isn't trying to crush dreams. They are ensuring the dream doesn't lead to disaster. That brings us to the powerful partnership, Channel 32 and 54, the channel of transformation. Gate 54 in the root center is pure ambition, the drive to rise, to achieve, to improve one's lot. It's the fuel. Gate 32 provides the steering wheel, the map, the brakes. Together, they create a design of being driven, but driven intelligently. This channel transforms raw ambition into tangible, lasting success. It's the energy of the entrepreneur, who not only dreams big, but builds a solid business plan. It's the community leader who inspires progress and ensures the foundations are sound. Those with this channel defined often feel a relentless inner pressure to achieve, coupled with an instinct for knowing how to do it sustainably. They are often the ones who lift not just themselves, but their entire tribe, creating legacies of shared success. What if you only have Gate 32 defined, without the consistent fuel of Gate 54? We call this a hanging gate. You possess the wisdom, the caution, the instinct for value, but you might not always feel the inner fire to initiate. You might be the brilliant advisor, the steady hand, the one who recognizes potential, but waits for the right timing or the right partner to provide the spark. You might prefer slow, steady growth over dramatic leaps. Your gift is no less vital. You offer grounding, perspective, and invaluable quality. and a quality control to all those around you. You might find you naturally attract ambitious people and situations. They need your wisdom to make their dreams endure. Now, this energy isn't monolithic. Its expression varies. Think of sliders on a mixing board. Is your gate 32 activation conscious, something you identify with, or unconscious, more instinctual? How much of your upbringing, your nurture, conditioned your relationship with failure? Were mistakes punished or treated as learning opportunities? Recognizing these influences allows us to consciously decondition, to shed fears or beliefs that aren't truly ours, and reclaim the authentic gift of this energy. Our internal landscape is also complex. We aren't just gate 32. We have other energies, other voices within. Perhaps you also have gate 28, the energy of risk-taking, creating an inner tug of war. Or perhaps your profile includes the third line of gate 32, the trial and error experimenter, seemingly at odds with gate 32's caution. The key isn't to silence these other voices, but to convene an internal council. Let gate 32, the wise elder, have its say. Let ambition speak. Let your heart speak. But ultimately, allow your true inner authority, your unique decision-making compass, guided by the still small voice of the divine, to preside. When we listen to all parts with respect, seeking alignment, we make choices that are integrated, wise, and truly our own. So, how do we live well with this energy? How do we embrace its eternal invitation? First, we can reframe failure. This is crucial. Society often treats failure as an endpoint, a verdict. But gate 32, in its wisdom, knows better. Failure is feedback. Failure is data. Failure is the raw material for future success. Think of Edison and his light bulb. 10,000 ways that won't work weren't failures. They were discoveries that narrowed the path to the one way that did work. When we see failure not as a judgment of our worth, but as a teacher, the paralyzing fear begins to lose its grip. We can ask ourselves, as President Kevin Worthen of BYU encourages, to learn the art of failing successfully, extracting the lesson, maintaining faith, and trying again. Second, we can cultivate faith. The antidote to fear of failure is trust. Trust in ourselves, trust in the process, and for many of us, trust in the higher power, a divine plan. When gate 32's anxiety rises, we can consciously turn to practices that build faith. Prayer, meditation, reading inspiring words, recalling past instances that were sustained through difficulty. Remembering scriptures like, "If you prepare, ye shall not fear," or the Savior's assurance, "Be of good cheer, I have overcome the world." Those can anchor us. This isn't about denying risk. It's about facing risk with the confidence that we are not alone and that ultimate continuity rests in loving, capable hand. Third, we can consciously practice preservation. Ask yourself, what in my life is truly essential? What values, relationships, traditions, or truths do I want to endure? Focus on gate 32 energy there. Preserve your integrity. Preserve family connections. Preserve moments of joy through gratitude. Preserve sacred truths by living them. Be a steward of what matters. This shifts the energy from anxious defense against loss to proactive nurturing of the good. Fourth, we can honor our own place, our own pace. If you have gate 32 strong, you might not be the fastest horse in the race, but you are built for the long haul. Embrace the slow and steady path. If that's your nature. Celebrate consistency. Your endurance is your superpower. All right. Look around this room. We are a diverse tapestry of energies, experiences, dreams. Some of us resonate deeply with this cautious, preserving energy. Others may feel the pull of ambition or spontaneity more strongly, but everyone has access to the wisdom of Gate 32. Everyone has access to it. We all face choices about what to hold on to, what to let go of, how to navigate failure, how to build something meaningful that lasts. The beauty of understanding this framework, this language of human design, is that it fosters compassion for ourselves and for others. We can appreciate the person who urges caution, recognizing their underlying care for the collective good. We can encourage the one paralyzed by fear, reminding them of their innate strength and the possibility of learning through trying. And perhaps most profoundly, we can see a reflection of a divine pattern, the pattern of a creator who established eternal laws, who preserves life through seasons of change, who offers redemption even after failure, whose love endures forever. The perfect model of steadfastness, wisdom, and preservation is found in the life and teachings of Jesus Christ. He built his church upon a rock. He taught us to treasure up wisdom. He endured all things, transforming apparent failure into victory. His invitation echoes through Gate 32. Build on my foundation. Trust in my enduring love. Fear not. So, I invite you today, embrace the journey of Gate 32, whether it's a dominant theme in your design or a lesson you're learning. See the fear not as an enemy, but as a call to deeper wisdom and to faith. Celebrate the gift of preservation in yourself and in others. Dare to build things that matter, things that last, things that contribute to a legacy of goodness. Because when we align our strategy, when we align our striving with eternal values, when we temper our ambition with wisdom, and when we face our fears with faith, we do more than just succeed or fail in worldly terms. We participate in the grand, eternal continuity of life, love, and divine purpose. We become keepers of the flame, passing light and warmth to generations yet to come.